Hi guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 15th of May 2021. I'm doing this as a favor for one of the community members. He asked me if I can do some analysis on UNISWAP, so I'm going to do this analysis now. It'll be short. The video will be short. I know I keep saying that. Well, I say that a lot and then I ramble on, as one of the as one of the members pointed out in Discord. But this will just be on Uniswap. I just want to kind of do this, as a favor to the person that asked me. So weekly, it's the common theme. You guys know by now. Parabolic move to the upside and then pretty much nothing. Yeah. So we're going to have to go down to the daily chart on this one just to kind of get a feel for where we are. You can see, I mean, we had the initial impulse up like this, grinding sideways, a nice little pop. The things that stand out for me on Uniswap, you can see this initial pop and then consolidation sideways. Okay, and I'll make a reference to these points here. Okay, so explosion, well, I say explosion, but move to the upside, so it gets going, and then consolidation. Now this is interesting. It pops here and then it comes all the way back down almost immediately. Okay, this generally signifies that price is reaching for liquidity and can't find it, so it has to come back. Now what it does on the way back tells us what it could be doing going forward. Not always, but what it could be doing going forward, and it's a matter of experience and understanding what you're seeing in the preceding move. Because we had a consolidation, you get a lot of liquidity build up above this, and price rips to the upside, eats through that liquidity, and then it just keeps going, trying to find liquidity to pair orders. It stops here and then it reverses immediately because there's nothing left above this. Now remember, none of this has happened at this point. Okay, so we're just seeing that pop, reaches for the liquidity very quickly, leaves huge imbalances behind, and then it rips back to the downside or snaps back very quickly to fill in all the blanks, so to speak, and come straight back into the origin of the initial pop in the first place. Now because it's done this and it didn't go lower, yeah, and it started to stabilize and grind and grind and grind, as it starts to grind up and grind up, just here, okay, as it clears this area of liquidity just there, that's a very good indication that this high is going to get taken out. So if you were a trader, so to speak, you could jump in just here, get that last little portion just as it takes out this high, and say get out for a small little profit, for example. Yeah, and that's just one way that you can use some of the information that I go through, and the way that I read price to kind of get a general feel for what I do and how that can be implemented from a trading point of view. I'm not saying obviously that this is always the case and every time you see this just wait for that to happen. And you see, this is why I really emphasize the fact that you have to have a very deep understanding and a mastery of reading price, so you know when this makes sense, because there's been times when this has happened and price just drops to the downside. So that's just a small example. But then we get another area of consolidation here. Price dips just a little there to take out this low, and where does it dip into? And I'll remove this once I've put it on, but it dips into another liquidity pool just there. Okay, and then it starts to grind to the upside, and then we get this pop that takes out, at the time, what was all-time highs. Okay, so we'll take this off so we're not too confused. Okay, and then as it does that, same thing happens again. It fulfills an objective. This is slightly different because this is objective fulfillment. It runs, takes out the highs. This is where it ran from, so that's the impulse. So we know, again, general rule of thumb, that this is the origin of the move just there that created this candle. And then as price comes all the way back down and it goes straight through this, we know that that liquidity is gone. So it either, if this doesn't hold and price gets below this and stabilizes, we're coming all the way back down here. That obviously didn't happen. Yeah, and we can see that price reversed just there nicely after dipping and dipping. So it's picking up liquidity, picking up liquidity, picking up liquidity. You get that last drive lower, and then it reverses, and then we get this pop here. Just here again is another one of those situations where you can take that small run from here into this high. Okay, and again, I'm talking about from a trading standpoint, not an investment standpoint. It runs, we get another level of consolidation. Okay. Price runs all the way down, imbalance, so it clears out the imbalance. There is a level of liquidity down here now which is in control of price, and we're going to make this a nice blue color. So this is the liquidity pool that is in control of price right now. This is the line in the sand. If this gets traded through, okay, then we're coming all the way down here. And I'll just make that green. Okay, we're coming all the way down here if it comes through this. Okay, that's simply not the case. Yeah, right now we've got a lot of liquidity to go through. So we're probably going to stabilize in this area. There is a small pocket of liquidity here. That price is just kind of working off, and doing whatever it needs to do. But because we've ran up just there and reversed quite aggressively, but it's still managing to grind higher, and it's just etching towards the top end of this wick. If it messily gets up there like this, we may see that other pop and then a continuation of what we've been seeing as price has been going up, denoted by these yellow boxes. Yeah, so as it stands right now, we might see a little bit of downside, but we're stuck between two areas, and that's this. Get rid of this one, get rid of this one. Okay, this is a lower level, which I'm going to take off for now, but we're effectively stuck between these two levels. Okay, and until price gets through one of these two levels, we're not going anywhere on Uniswap. But as the overall trend and momentum on Uniswap is to the upside, and you can see the accumulation of buy orders on the way up and the distribution of that on the top side. So it accumulates and then gets rid of top side, accumulates, gets rid of top side. I would expect that Uniswap, even though it's stabilizing, to continue stabilizing to the upside. And obviously if it goes, it will create probably a new bracket or consolidation range of around about 44 to 48 will be the next spot. Might get a little bit more volatile as it gets up there though. And what's important as well to note, you can see that the weekly candle is very volatile, okay, and it's pretty much irrelevant in terms of directional bias or where we could be headed, because we came all the way down here to tap into this liquidity pool, and we've ran almost straight through this to the upside, and we've pretty much not gone anywhere. So we went up and we went down, and we're effectively just pretty much where we opened for the week. So the other thing that I'll just quickly note before I get off is that the up wick, okay, so the wick to the upside has pretty much accumulated most of the sell liquidity while still maintaining a solid liquidity pool lower, which could mean, okay, that if it does go, it's going to find ease going up, yeah, because there's not a lot of stuff that it needs to do on the way up. It will just fill in pockets of liquidity. Fill in pockets of imbalances and then just continue to the upside. And like I said, probably expect between 44 and 48 if we do get what I said on the daily chart and continuation to the upside. So that's the analysis for Uniswap for the member that asked, and I'll leave it at that. As usual, I hope everyone's having an awesome weekend. I've done a lot of work in terms of videos this week, so I'm going to go and take a break and just enjoy the remainder of the weekend. And I'll catch up with you guys in the chat at some point, I'm sure. Take care, and I'll speak to you then.